So the program is one that I designed a number of years ago, and the program is called Natural Creators. And the whole idea is to take the expense and assumption away from making music. So the expense part of it, we use found objects, leaves, moss, stones, and the assumption part of it is that children of this age, there is no preconceived notion of what is sound, what is music. So the entire workshop is designed around that very simple notion, to let the children guide the process and let them create kind of from the ground up. We begin the workshop by a series of listening exercises, and that active listening is a core component of the whole thing. And from there then we do some simple improvisation exercises using stones, moss, and then we mix that with soundscapes that I've kind of loosely prepared. And then we introduce a couple of musicians into the mix. This is always a really interesting turning point because it's late enough into the workshop where they've established that they can make sound themselves, and then they begin to kind of appreciate the instruments in a different way. And then at the end we perform a final composition together with everybody participating in different ways.
I have absolutely loved it so far. It's great working with kids, and even we've been working with so many different age groups from like 4-year-olds right up to 7, 8-year-olds, and it's just been such a pleasure to actually see how engaging they are with what we're trying to do, and the use of natural sounds especially. They just seem to love it.
At that very young age, they're really open to things, so there's no sense of having to break down their preconceptions about what's involved in composing or what's involved in making music. They just embrace anything and everything, which is really wonderful.
I love that it's non-hierarchical, that you can get anybody in, and they don't have to own an instrument, and they don't have to be able to afford music lessons. And even if there are some people in the group who can afford music lessons and others who can't, there's no right or wrong way of rustling a piece of moss. There's no right or wrong way to flick the stones. So they're starting music in a creative way rather than in a I'm going to teach you and you're going to absorb this, which is a really nice way to start.
Part of my own journey towards making music as I am now is about rediscovering the openness and maybe forgetting so much of the preconceived notions that we construct around music during education. So I think for any artist, paying attention and listening to children in this way, it's so inspiring, really. It just reminds you of how open the creative process can be.
I've had parents come up to me and said, that for the weeks after the workshop, the kid has been pulling out bits in the kitchen, and when they're trying to cook dinner, the child is kind of exploring with the different sounds, and to me that's incredible, to say that they might keep a little bit of what happens in this space and take it with them a bit further.